Catch and release. It's common language on the river or lake, really for anyone who drops their line in the water, but it wasn't too popular until the 1970s. It was more of a catch and fry culture for just about any angler. State of Idaho has kept a close eye on the state's biggest anglers and holds their names in an official record book. But One Angler podcast says we've been giving credit for the largemouth bass title to the wrong person. 75 years later, the Big Bass Podcast and Idaho Fish and Game, they set the record straight. Here's Andrew Bartline.
The pastime's popular population. It's written right in the name, Fisherman. And the best all have their names etched.
To add them to the state record list.
Broken down by species.
Large trophy-sized fish.
Matt Koenig.
Attempt to be documented in any kind of official way.
He keeps the books going forward, but looking back, there's some questionable claims.
It's just kind of a lot of mystery surrounding some of those older records that we don't know a lot about.
Including a fisherman, maybe best described, with a gender-neutral term.
It was actually registered under her husband's name, Mr. W.M. Taylor.
A 10-pound, 15-ounce largemouth bass. A record Taylor's yet to release.
Are documenting large fish that have been caught around the state.
A record you won't find in this book. Ken Duke did the digging himself.
And so that intrigued me. I wanted to find out a little bit more about it, or really what I wanted to find out was whether or not I could find anything more about it. And I learned that her name is Mary Alice Hurt Taylor, and that she and her husband got married around the turn of the last century and moved from Missouri to Spokane in the early 1920s.
Ken also found magazine clippings to give the official date and the competition, verifying the 75-year-old catch, but also uncovering a seemingly unrelated release.
Mary Alice Hurt Turner's brother was killed. He was a bank president, and he was killed in a bank robbery attempt, kind of the lookout guy. The lookout guy was caught, imprisoned for life, but he escaped. And 11 years after his escape, he was recaptured. She and her sisters, all brothers of the man who was killed in the bank robbery attempt, they all said, let this guy go.
You think she was put in maybe a pretty good mood based on her accomplish out at the lake?
I tell you what, when you catch a fish that size, that'll put you in a good mood. I don't care what else may be going on in your life.
He got to be part of the catch and release era.
Yeah, he was an early catch and release beneficiary, no doubt about that.
The man who did kill Taylor's brother was convicted, and Ken says he was executed as well. To be clear, it was just the lookout guy she decided to let go. Fish and Game has recognized Mary Taylor's largemouth bass record since the 1960s, even though she caught it in 1948. But the details were few and far between, and Ken's work has filled in the gaps about the equipment used as well. Koenig and Fish and Game say that the rules are pretty strict to get an official record, but back in the day, it's possible people slipped through the cracks and embellished their catch. Fishermen would never, right? And we may now know that Mary Taylor is not one of those.